So I've been asked so many times, um, how do I find the motivation to do what I do, to get up every single day and work out as hard as I do, and as often as I do. And for me, it's something different. Working out just isn't about getting in physical shape or finding that energy. It's not about the health benefits necessarily for me. It's a little bit more. It's more mental than it is physical. Um, I think one of the biggest things for me is that when I walk into the gym, something happens mentally, and then something happens emotionally too, because um, it's like once I cross that threshold, I shed the person that was me a few minutes ago, because I know once I walk out, I'm gonna be a different person. I'm gonna be a better person. So there's a mental and an emotional connection along with the physical connection that happens while I'm working out or while I'm training. So if I was to say, how I find motivation to do what I do every day and do what I do so often, it's simply because it's a mental process, and mentally I have trained myself to do it. Uh, and yeah, that's where the motivation comes from. Um, I mean, on the other side to that, um, it's something that I have to do. I'm required mentally, because it is now a part of my life. It's a part of what I do, and I can't separate it. I just came out a few days ago and publicly made an announcement that a few years ago I tried to commit suicide, and this was a while ago, and I've done some crazy, scary things in my life, but publicly saying that, and I mean, just putting that out there was by far one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. I sat and contemplated on it so many times, or it's just so hard to, it was so hard to bring myself to do and to put it out, but I figured it was time. And in relations to that, I think for me, the reason why the gym is so important to me is because of that. You know, back in 2010, when I tried to take my life, I found something else in the gym, and that's something until this day, I don't know what it is. I mean, I guess there's people who might call it the flow, or being in the zone, or whatever. But for me, it's euphoria. It's like my mind transport my body to a different realm, to a different planet, or just to a different world, and everything just disappears. And and for that split hour, or that split time, I lose myself. And in that moment, I could be anything. I could be whoever, you know.